Hello and welcome back to Project Prototech. So in our last episode, we came back from Earth with a load of veggies. And I said that I wasn't too happy with the Blunderbuss as a carrier design. So I came on over to these asteroids that I found that have uranium and ice. And I was going to go ahead and build a new ship. But this scuttler showed up, and, well, I feel the need to scuttle it. So, we'll go ahead, finish this guy off. Ooh, that was a big explosion. And then, once our territory has been secured properly... Whoa, that was a really big explosion. Then we will go ahead and start building that carrier. Anything left worth salvaging. Well, looks like he is going full speed ahead. Out of here. So, I guess we'll just turn around and head back over towards our little asteroids. And deal with the fact that we can't claim his delicious loot. Oh well. So, I said in the last episode that what I wanted to do was I wanted to build a carrier that could both go ahead and carry these smaller ship or small grid ships that were still big enough to do what I want them to do, which the Blunderbuss is. I mean, I really liked the Wyvern, but I would need to have a bay that is 7 blocks wide in order to go ahead and be able to print it. The Blunderbuss is only 5 blocks wide. Additionally, I mean, we can kind of see here, the parking situation is just not really that great. We don't have enough space to actually park our ships and still be able to get out. So, ideally, I would like to go ahead and build a carrier of some sort that has an internal bay that I can go ahead and I can print the ships that I want, and then I can also go ahead and park them without them sitting on top of each other. Now, when I am looking at printing using, welder tunnel like this, I am still limited to about a 2 large grid blocks tall. So that means that I'm still going to have that height restriction, or that restriction on at least one axis for my ship. However, or for my small grid ships. However, if I go ahead and I say that I want to be able to have something that is a 7x7x2, well, now I've got something that I can go ahead and build for, and I can fairly easily build a hangar that can store 1 or 2 of those. But then I'm like, well, another thing that I want to do, and that I haven't really done much yet with in Space Engineers, is fiddling with drones. So there was a few years ago now the Automatons update, which added the AI blocks, and other people have gotten drones to work. And I kind of want to go ahead and be able to take, say, like a flight of drones against one of these unidentified signals, or against, a dangerous encounter. Um, and how many drones go in a flight? I mean, whatever size you want, but the size that kind of settled in my head was a dozen. So if I want to go ahead and take a dozen drones that can fairly easily launch and need a 7x7x2 area to sit, it means that I have a fairly big ship. Especially because I also still need some space for things like a utility vehicle, for a little tugboat, because, I do want to go ahead and grab some more thrusters. For, the Razor here, which isn't a dedicated combat ship, but I'm not getting rid of it, and I might even build a second, because, what else are you supposed to do if you start collecting Prototech jump drives? Scrap them? Nah. So, we're looking at, 15, 16 plots for small grid ships. And when you're already that size, what about, being able to fit a few large grid ships in your hangar? That's what I want to do. I want to build a carrier big enough that I can park large grid vehicles inside, as well as all these small grid ships that I want. Which means this needs to be a really, really big ship. Also, as you can see, our veggies are growing. We've got 7 plots now. I've got some mushrooms going in the background. Let's see here. While I'm at this, production, let's change this to assembling. And I have this just going, and I mentioned previously I have the GOAT inventory manager, which is doing the auto crafting and all that other fun stuff for me. So let's go ahead and step on out and start looking at where we want to build. Now, the smart answer, where is the sun? Oh, there's the sun. Okay. So the smart answer would be to go ahead and build, off of a landing pad, or, one of these things. Landing gear, that's the name of it, attached to an asteroid. However, I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do. So I think instead of that, I'm actually going to go ahead and start with building off of one of the landing gears on the bottom of this. And then I can just attach it to this, and, make sure that it doesn't go flying away from me that way. Once, of course, I have some thrusters, I can basically just get it into like a station keeping mode, where it can't move fast, but it also just will move to a stop. But that's going to be a little bit of ways. Now, what color do I want this ship? I mean, I do love myself a good green. But let's go ahead and just start with battered gray and see where life takes us. Alright, so step 1. Oh, I guess it helps if I grab I am missing the turret. Why? Okay, whatever. You know what? I give up. There we go. We'll just grab a whole bunch of ton of steel plates. Alright, so let's place one there. Oh, auto lock was on. Perfect. And then let me check that build and repair is on. So that way I don't have to actually do all this myself. Okay, build and repair is on, but it's not building this. Okay. Probably because it's a neutral grid. Whatever. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call this, for now, the bottom of my ship. And basically build upside down. So the first thing that I want to focus on then is getting the main hangar door ready. Now, if you go ahead and you take a look at the airtight hangar doors or the warfare hangar doors, which is definitely what I'm going to use because it's cooler, you know, there's one block. If I set that there, there's one block on the bottom that does not retract, and then there's two blocks that retract, which means that if you put one of these here and then the other one like this, you get an opening 4 wide. Now, I can definitely fit small grid ships through a 4 wide hangar door, but I can't fit large grid ones. And I want a hangar door that closes, because I'm insane. We'll go with that story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to design a giant hangar that has a airtight hangar door that makes use of a merge block and pistons and hinges. So I've got 5 here. Let's go ahead and do one more row up front. Okay, so then I'm going to call this the front of the door. So I want to go ahead and do this. Alright, so this will be the front. Then I will put hangar doors along here. And then back here will be the inside of the hangar. Alright, now how wide do I want this? Well, this is going to be kind of like the center of the ship, so let's make this an odd number. And you know what? I'm just going to throw out the number 21. And we'll do that. So I need to get, if I call this the center line, we just weld that up really quick. Alright, so that's the center. So if I go 10 off each side, that seems like a nice number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty. Alright, so this will be the kind of width of the hangar. And we'll make that the width of the opening. And that means that over here I'm going to need to transition to start going up. Okay? And then same on this side, transition to start going up. Okay. So then I want to go ahead and start placing my hangar doors. So if I have a hangar door here, coming in this way, means that I will not need doors here and here. So let's go ahead and just put that at both ends. And now, do I want them all warfare hangar doors, or do I want to change things up? You know what, let's just make this nice and simple. I'm just going to use warfare hangar doors for all of them. Alright, there we go. So, that was fast. So much for my steel plates. At 350 steel plates per hangar door. And I just did 21. So that's 7,500 steel plates so far. Yeah. Good luck, assemblers. Good. You know what? Actually, let me do this. Since I know I'm gonna need it, let's just come in here really quick. I need to toss in some temporary assemblers. With speed modules. There. Now hopefully my build and repair will be able to keep up with my block placements. Alright. Coming back down here. Alright, so this is going to be the front. And then I'm going to need to go ahead and place a block right here. And then another block right here. Alright, so this then gets me the full width. Then the next question is going to be, how do I go and have something that can, you know, make this more than just 4 blocks high?
Energy low.
The answer to that, coming soon. Let me go get energy. Alright, so while I sit here and regain energy and oxygen and stuff, so one of the goals for this is I want this hangar door to be airtight. That means that I need a merge block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a merge block that basically comes on in and then attaches. And then, so that I will have a hinge with a piston on it, and then at the end of the piston will be the merge block. And then from the back of the merge block, I can then go across with a bar and add more hangar doors to that bar. And then I can, when I unmerge, I can then close those hangar doors and pull that out of the way. And that gives us the opening that we're looking for. So knowing that, I need to go up. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the bar. So going up 5 also means that I need hangar doors that go up 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then let me grab my merge block. Is my merge block? No, I want to go up 1 more. So 6. And then I want my merge block to be right here. So with the merge block right here, now I can come in here and I can go ahead and grab, dun, 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 dun. Which one was it? Oh, I can just grab, like, say this. This here and this here. And what I will be doing is I will be coming out from the merged block, coming across. I won't be able to attach here, and then it will push out 1 right here with a bar that goes across. And then I will have the hangar doors coming from that bar. So that means that I need to come out 1 more. Me. Do I want to do this, or do I want to? Yeah, this will be fine. And then okay, and I'm going to need to leave this space empty or do something like something that the piston or the merge block cannot merge into right here. So nothing that has a side attachment over here. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Alright, so then we want to come on down here and let's go ahead and start by grabbing our hinge, which I'm going to place bottom side down. So going down will be negative, and then going up would be positive. There we go. And then I am going to come on in here and set a lower limit. No, I do not wish to respawn. Press the correct buttons in the correct order. Okay. Alright, so lower limit of 0, upper limit of 90. And then I am going to go ahead and put a piston on the end of that. Square pistons, because square pistons are cool. Which way do I want it? Let's do it this way. And then at the end of this, I'm going to stick a merge block. That took unusually long, but okay. Alright, now here is where I would like to verify that this works, but before I can do that, I need to get some power on this grid. Now I could just build out and get a connector, but I think I'm just going to go ahead, for right now at least, and just slap a battery on. Let's just do one right here. I will probably remove this later, but that'll still be enough power for me to go ahead and do my testing. Alright, so now I want to come in here and I want to reverse this. That's going to go out. And then I want to come in here, set a velocity of 1. And we can see it rotates up, and misses. Hang on a second here. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Oh, I see. In my example one, I had this one lower. Alright. So I need to set a max piston distance. Down some. Max distance of 7.5. Oh, come on. Okay, and then I want to reverse. There we go. Alright, so it is now locked, and this is now one grid. Perfect. So with this, I could now build off of the side of this, and if I do this, I can then come in here and toggle block off, and we can see it moves a little bit, but now I can come in here and reverse. And ta-da! Now I have something that will go up, and relevant here, I can come in, because I have build info. You can see the backs of these are airtight, so this is going to be airtight through here. When I look over here, this is airtight. So the back, well, this is airtight. The back side right here is airtight. This whole side is airtight. So I've got airtightness going through all of this, which means that when this comes up and merges, because it turns from a subgrid into the main grid, that I will be airtight. Perfect. Now I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to rotate my ship so that way I can continue working in the darkness of not getting irradiated to death. Also turn that off. Let's see here. I want... There we go. And this is the other reason to build off of the landing gear, is to hide from the sun like a good vampire. Anyways, it is also the reason why I want to have a giant hangar bay, so that way I can go ahead and I can, you know, do work or building or whatever. Are you coming right at me? Whatever. The guns will take care of it if it comes too close. Alright. So, now I can go ahead and just finish building this down. So this is going to be behind the hangar door up until here. What I would like to do, let me actually go ahead and cut this off. And I want to trim on down to like this. And then this is kind of narrow, but I'm going to have the base of it. Yeah, I want full blocks. Okay. So then I want to go ahead and basically build off of this. Then I need to go one past on this side. And I need to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is where I'm going to stick my merge block. Wait, not this one. I need to do
Meteor storm inbound.
There we go. Okay, I am going to come on in here since that thing just keeps getting closer. Thank my lucky stars that I did not leave my welder wall on. And then I'm going to turn the top of my ship to face this SPRT menace, which probably sensed that I was in the middle of doing something. No. This way, this way. And now that I'm properly aligned, attack! Oh no. Am I cooking off my, maybe. Alright. And sure, en route for maintenance for the space pirates. Right. Hull breaker. Interesting. And another hull breaker. Okay. You know what? Fine. Whatever. This is why I'm using build and repair. That way I don't need to worry about silly little things like, you know, fixing things that I broke. Luckily, I haven't gotten too far on this build. Otherwise, I might be actively upset when they, for instance, shoot off my hinge. On. This has almost been wrecked enough. My artillery was targeting thrusters. Interesting. Alright, so you target thrusters. Looks like there's no thrusters left. So now I just need to come up to this thing. Who knows, there might be some Prototech stuff on board. And then latch on, take it over, and paint it in build and repair, delete this now paint. And while I'm at it, I might just go deal with that wreck that keeps popping up too. How fast is this thing flying away from me? Come on. Alright. And now closing at remarkable speed. I'm sure somebody has remarked on that in the comments already. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down faster. I know I have my dampeners on. Or off, I should say. Alright. So this thing's moving like 70 meters a second. Oh, don't hit it with my nose. Don't hit it with the nose. Slow down a little bit more, a little bit more. Even more than that. And on? No. Not have the right angle for a latch on. There, we are now latched. Woohoo! And slow down. Alright, and let's just slow down a little bit faster. Alright, and then tilt back so I can work from the shadows again. Well, as best as I can. Alright. And let's see what we captured. And then after that, we will have to start planting again. Well, I am at this. Let me just grab the parts for a helm just in case. And then all the way to the end. What is left of this? Not much. Okay. Cool. So there's an AI. Need to get rid of that.
Inventory full.
Air vent, light armor, heavy armor, okay. Pipeworks. I'm guessing this is... I mean, there's not enough left of the ship to really tell what all was here. I'm sicking of everything I'm build needing to have a purpose. Can't a spaceship just exist anymore? Just for the sake of being cool? No, absolutely not. We don't allow coolness around here. Inset kitchen. And because I have build and repair, I can just toss that out and it will automatically get grabbed by the build and repair system. Alright. Assert's gonna leave me alone. Alright. So I think that if I just like build a helm or start building a helm anywhere on this thing. Oh, I needed some of those interior plates. There. Here, interior plates from here.
Inventory full.
Perfect. Then there, I have now captured it. Now I can go ahead and grab my grind it all pink, paint the ship. What was that? What are you shooting? No, those are mine. Please stop. Here, if I go ahead and I put... See, look, mine.
Inventory full.
Mine. Stop shooting my... There. It's mine. Don't shoot my own ship. Can I work in peace? Anyways, I think he'll leave me alone. Alright, so over here, I need to go ahead and grab a hinge, and I'm going to put it here, negative side down. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and set a lower limit of 0. And then I can go ahead and... Which way did I have it on this side? That. Okay. And then I need a merge block. Pointing like that. And then... How close are you gonna get? Alright, and then I can just kind of come all the way across. Let me come on over here. And reverse this. And then if I did insert and then page up, I copy everything. And then over here, if I do page down, there we go, that copies everything. And then if I come on over here, insert page up, then page down. There we go. Alright, now I should have these two things lining up. Right now, two separate grids. I am fully aware of that. So now we are going to come right here and place a merge block on each side. Oh, ow. Not toast myself on my own thrusters. Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, so now that it's merged together, I can go ahead and delete these merge blocks.
Inventory full.
And then toss out the things that I do not need. There we go. Alright, so now I have this set up, and I can go ahead here. And let me come on this side because it's easier to do it outside the sun. And I'm going to grab these square pistons and I'm going to call them carrier door pistons. Save. And then I'm going to call these door hinges. Save. Actually, I could probably just get rid of that on these ones. Alright, and now I need to come in here and I'm going to call this door merge block. And I'm going to call this one door merge block. And then I'm going to call these ones the static door merge blocks. Alright, then what I can do is I can go ahead and do door merge block, turn you on, then static door merge block, and then I can say call these door merge blocks, save it, and now
Energy low.
I do not need to see the merge blocks, I do not need to see the pistons, and I do not need to see these hinges, because it's very important that you don't like move one piston and not move the other, because that invites Lord Clang. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn on the merge blocks. We are going to reverse the pistons. We are going to reverse the hinges. And since this all happens and the merge blocks are sitting there, this now comes up, merges in, and ta-da, we are now a single grid. Alrighty, then I just need to go ahead and do this, and as we will see once those finish, that comes down, meets right there, and now we have a fully airtight hangar door. Alright, and
Energy critical.
alright, and now I want to go ahead and open the door. So what am I going to do? Step one is I'm going to come on in here, and I am going to go ahead and hangar. I'm just going to go ahead and open all of these to start with. And then I am going to go ahead and start by turning off the merge blocks. And then I can reverse the hinges and reverse the pistons. And now it all folds down and comes down to tuck in. And now this is sitting here, but it is one higher than I want it to be. Damn it! Okay, well, I'm about to die, so let me come back in here. Sit in this really quick. And I need to move those hinges down one block. Hmm. Wait a second. I know what I can do. I I can put this back into position. So I can reverse, reverse, and toggle on. Then I can grind off the piston base once it's merged into place. Bring this down by a block. Okay, so that's all merged in. Now I can go ahead and cut this off. It is locked into place.
Inventory full.
And then I can go ahead and come into my pistons. And I can reverse my piston zone up. They have the hinge attached right there. Then I can... that is down. No!
Inventory full.
And then over here, I can come here and then make sure that it's pointed down. There we go, perfect. And then I can come into these, change the pistons to max distance of 10 meters, and reverse them. And then come in here to these and attach. There we go. Perfect. Alright, and now when this folds down, this bar here will be at this level here, so I don't need to worry about it clipping in. There we go. Alright. And let's just go ahead and remake that hinge groups. Hinge, let's come on down here and call them door hinge. Door hinges. Save. I need a lower limit of 0. Okay, so now, again, we're going to go ahead and do this. Merge off, hinges, reverse, pistons, reverse. Hinges, speed of 1, reverse. Shit. And I have turned my ship into a Clang drive. Doors. Okay, pistons. Reverse. There. We come on in here now. Open. 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 And open. Okay, and now let's come on in here. And So, yeah, something that you have to be careful of is don't turn your ship into a Clang drive. Uh, yeah, but now, if I come down here, whether it's fully open or not, you can see that this is the correct level. And, yeah, the ship has stopped moving. Perfect. Alright, so, on that fun little note, we have spent the entire episode, chasing some pirates, or, you know, other red things, and building a giant door attached to absolutely nothing. So, clearly a perfect use of our time. Victory. Anyways, I have no idea where I am now, or really what I'm doing. Where is the sun? Yes, private sail, please go away. Don't say approximate. Okay, sun is... Oh, the sun is behind the planet. Okay. There we go. So, I am going to go ahead and finish up my Door of Doom later on. Distress signal. Okay. I can ignore distress signals. I am not a squirrel. So I will finish up my door off camera, and then I will start trying to figure out what I want the rough shape of the ship to look like. And then bring you back next episode with something. I don't know what yet, but we'll be doing more than just door work. So, if you watched all the way to the end, thank you very much, and I will see you next time.